Man, what's good, guys? It's YXOK Likes back with another reaction. And today I'm with
no fake hoes. Shit turning quicker than a tornado.
Alright, man. Today I'm about to react to over 70 dead with 22 tornadoes.
Oh, tornadoes? Well, I didn't know.
In South Midwest. Man,
Nah, this ain't no joke though. I want to say like I'm with all the families and this friends with the family.
Yeah, I send my condolences to everybody that died, and I hope they can figure out everything that's going on with their living situations, with their cars. Tornadoes fuck up everything, man.
Yeah.
I just hope they get back on their feet and everything's good.
Like we had a couple of warnings up here.
Yeah, I got some warnings. I looked outside the window.
It was branches everywhere.
Yeah, bro, the trees was moving. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man?
Tornado messed up my car.
Hey,
exhaust.
I called in sick, but work to me and you. I just want to drive in that condition. All right,
we gotta be safe. Like we gotta be safe here.
Yeah, man. So yeah, and where was this? Kentucky.
Yeah,
that's right under us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We in Michigan, big Grand Rapids, man.
Don't come here. You're not from around here.
All right, let's get straight into the video, man. Okay, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the video grow.
This is an ABC News special report.
Hi, everyone. I'm Phil Lipoff. We are coming on the air right now to bring you the latest on the storm reports that continue to pour in from...
Wow, goodness gracious. Oh, my God.
But what was that? Apartment?
We are coming on the air right now to bring you the latest on the storm reports that continue...
Bro, what?
And it's like nothing you could do. What could you do?
The school.
Cars are safe though.
The school said I should run, but
yeah.
School said I should
look over my head like this. I ain't gonna stop.
School said I should go into the bathroom and hide with my hand over my head because that's the most important.
The toilets sucking people up. That happens during tornadoes and hurricanes. Tornadoes will suck you up. This nigga's never been in a hurricane.
Continue to pour in from
Florida.
I left right when we got around when we got a tornado.
In Katrina, we lost a lot. We lost 2 houses and a farm.
Bro.
But then they moved to New York.
It was when we went in Florida. Like we got an alarm, it was bad, but we got back to Michigan like 2 days after.
Now I remember
we was already moving.
Bro, we was driving to Florida and we got in a tornado on the highway. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
From across this country. 22 tornadoes have been reported across 6 states so far. Tornado warnings are still in effect right now north of...
That's a whole hole in the roof?
What the fuck?
You see that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nashville.
And they're also going way more stable than mine.
Bro, hey, low-key, their house did good, though. It's still
standing on our house.
Phil, in Tennessee and in parts of Kentucky. That state, unfortunately, now reporting at least 70 dead from a devastating tornado outbreak in western Kentucky. These pictures are dramatic and difficult to look at. The preliminary reports of the primary tornado there on the ground for more than 200 miles, at least 3 others.
Yeah, that means you can't even get away from there, bro. Because if it's 200 miles,
like you can't run for 200 miles. Well, you could, but
or even in the car, bro. It's like.
Like, what would you have done?
Like, bro, it's just 22 tornadoes, bro.
Like, bro, that's a tornado. Like, you surrounded by tornadoes, bro. Pick one.
Look, tornado. Wow.
Honestly, I would try to run though. I feel like I would.
Obviously, I'm not gonna stay in
I'm
the eye of the tornado.
So calm.
Died in severe weather in Tennessee, and there is at this time 1 person confirmed to have lost their life when a tornado went through an Arkansas nursing home.
That's fucked up. That's crazy.
Kathy Onan, mayor of Mayfield, Kentucky, joins us now on the phone.
At this time, I'm really like God, like why did God have?
Why is this going on?
We don't need this. There's a lot of the virus.
Right. It just feels like each year the world's getting worse and worse. Like this pandemic.
Bro, all I see is bad news. I don't see a lot of good news. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We're probably nearing the end.
Kathy, can you hear me?
So live your life while you can, man. Like there's no tomorrow. Like literally, this could be a odd day. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta appreciate your loved ones and live your life to the fullest because you never know when something might happen. Like look.
Yeah.
They probably didn't know it was getting probably.
It was a normal day. They were like,
They was getting ready to sleep. So school tomorrow.
imagine if one of them had a fight with their parents today, and that's the last thing they said.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Yes, Phil, I can.
Okay, first of all, I just have to say before we get into the particulars of what's going on there, our hearts and thoughts are with you and your entire city, because we know Mayfield there was hit so incredibly hard.
Like, it looks like your car's the safest spot. I'm not gonna lie.
Like a lot of people's cars look straight.
But it's like, you hit the windshield though, you know what I'm saying? But it's,
I'm right to a car.
And in the overnight hours is probably the worst time for this to happen. How are you doing? How are your people doing who are out there who've been rescuing people all night long?
My people are doing extremely well, Phil. There's nothing that touches your heart more than a first responder hard at work. And we not only have first responders from our city and our county and Western Kentucky counties, but they are here from as far away as Louisville, Kentucky, and have been here since before dawn. And we are so blessed to have them here with us.
Yeah, this needs to be one of those all hands on deck, everybody helping out, because what we're looking at right now, I'm not sure if you can see it, is devastation from
when I was in middle school, elementary school, was playing basketball, and there was like a little tornado with sand.
Yeah,
and it was crazy. It was kind of big.
Yeah.
And
I used to try to run in those.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna lie. I was doing that. I was playing basketball, bro.
To block. We know there was a factory there that was hit particularly hard, but this tornado destroyed everything in its path. Do you know the extent of the damage yet in Mayfield?
Yeah, they're good.
I do not. I have been out to the UCB, the candle factory, which is the point of our greatest loss of life that we know now. I have no numbers for you there. It was, of course, a night shift. This hit us about, I'm going to say around 9:30 last night, and so this company ships candles internationally, and I think they were getting ready, for big Christmas shipments.
Imagine how long it's gonna take to clean all that up, man.
Well, you got your relatives dead. You got not having a home.
Yeah.
You got like
Your car's all crashed, trashed.
Your whole community is
Your
gone.
car's trashed, crashed. Your family's passed. Like,
Like,
bad.
this is bad.
I hope if you're in a community, man, go help out clean out, man. Go help the community, man. Help clean this all up. Help, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, get this to 200 likes. I'll go there myself and help out.
Yeah, man. We'll take the flight. We'll take a drive.
Yeah, that's not that far.
It's not that far, man.
And so the devastation there is horrendous. And I was just out there probably an hour ago. The governor, the judge executive, and I and other local officials were there.
I seen houses fucked up. I seen that. Yes, it hit us.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did get a warning. Like, I don't know if it's done on my phone.
I remember the next day I was with Kev and he took me down history. He was like, "Bro, you see that?"
Oh, you're talking about that time. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
that shit was fucked up.
Yeah, it was trampoline flipped in other people's yards and shit. It was crazy. Yeah, but nobody died, though.
Yeah.
This is nothing compared to this. Nothing.
I lucky never seen this.
Mother Nature, you should be ashamed of yourself.
You're no mother to nobody.
What kind of mother would do this?
A motherfucker.
And the effort, we hope, is still a rescue effort, but more than likely now it is a primarily recovery effort.
It's hard to hear. Mayor, your governor has said that at least 70 people are dead. Lots of life could go up to around 100.
Where are
Were you
people
up-
even asleep tonight?
But they're still finding people. They're still looking for people. People are still lost. This is
200 miles, 22 tornadoes.
out there at the factory? Describe for me, if you can, and I know I've seen one of the worst tornadoes to hit this country was in Moore, Oklahoma back in '99, and I was there for that. I know what the devastation looks like, but it's hard to explain to people. Tell me, please, what it is you witnessed out there at the factory.
At the factory, which is so much metal and steel in that construction, that it looks as if it is just a bomb has gone off. And you hear that all the time, but unless you are standing in front of it, it doesn't really hit you. Our city hall, which houses not only the city government
How
office,
long is it going to take to clean all that shit up?
like that's billions probably dollars.
Yeah.
but our police department and our fire department, which is one of our stations is right in there at that campus, they are both completely destroyed. And when the sun began to come up this morning and I walked out to view the city, all I could think of was matchsticks. It looks like matchsticks. Our buildings are destroyed. My church is destroyed. Our downtown's churches are destroyed. We have no water here. Our water supply has been compromised. There is no electricity within the city. There are parts within our county that do have some electricity, and so we're trying our best to get those who have lost their homes into shelters there. Churches have opened up their buildings for us there.
I'm praying for Kentucky right now, man. Send your prayers up to these people. Man.
And so we have two local school systems, which are wonderful, and they are busing people out there. We have received, even though our water source is compromised, we have pallets and pallets and pallets of water, every type.
Water compromised, like we got Flint here, so we definitely went through that water shit, like couldn't drink no water, like.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, the power went out here a few times last night. Like 3 times, I ain't gonna lie.
From so many mayors all over the state, every type of aid that you can think that we need.
Kentucky, bro, we felt some of that shit here. That's crazy. That's crazy, 'cause that's all it's hell, bro. Imagine people buy Kentucky. That shit was way worse than. It was raining hella bad yesterday, and it was hella windy.
Crazy.
Immediately is pouring into our small community.
Absolutely. You're on the southwestern corner of the state near Tennessee, and we know that was obviously right in the path of the tornado. I would expect mayors from all across, as you said, are going to be sending people your way.
What killed more people than nature?
Holocaust.
Maybe. But I don't know, because nature's been killing people since, like, the cavemen.
You talk about matchsticks, and people will say a tornado sounds like a train was coming and the devastation was horrific, and everybody says the same thing because
it's fast as fuck.
this kind of devastation is just that. Things that defy logic. You're turning around and looking at cars tossed up on top of buildings and trucks thrown everywhere, and people hear that, but when you see it and when you're standing in it, it doesn't feel like anything you've experienced in this country, because people say it does feel like a war zone. Everywhere you look, there's no power, there's no water, there are no buildings left standing. What's the population of Mayfield?
Our population is just under 10,000 after the last census.
All right, and so where are you housing? You said there are a couple schools and you're busing people, but what's the process right now as the sun has come up?
I feel like shit's gonna get worse and worse, you know?
Yeah, nature is because of global warming.
It's not even just nature, bro. It's like pandemic, a new strain, this.
Bro, like, I don't even know no more of the world. Like, bro, I don't know. I just live life, man.
Is it the end of the world?
It was supposed to end in 2012, also in 2000. But
And
now
also in 2021.
Yeah.
Wait, it is 2021.
No, 2020 is supposed to end.
And 2021.
Yeah, they keep talking about they know. Nobody knows, bro.
I mean, you guys still got the rest of the month.
You know what asteroid's supposed to say this one?
Oh yeah, I seen that. That's like more shit. It's like, hey bro, it's bad.
It's weird, bro. Like asteroids never hit us, and they hit every other planet, bro.
And supposedly now one's gonna hit us.
And also we got another planet. I seen that. But
yeah, I see that people say that people are just gonna be visiting Earth in a few years.
It's aliens, bro. They already
I'm
looked
saying
at
like
the
us.
documents. So.
Like we gonna.
Well, first of all, we're gonna colonize Mars and the Moon.
Yeah, we're gonna move to a different planet and then we're gonna
We're
visit.
gonna keep expanding, bro. Like in 3,000 years, what's Earth gonna be?
Like,
Nothing.
look what's happening to Earth. We have to evacuate fast as well.
Elon Musk.
We're gonna have to move to Mars or something. We gotta evacuate Earth.
Come up to get people to safety.
Well, we have an emergency operations center set up, and I don't have that number right in front of me, but people can call here and they can be told where to go for food and shelter and water immediately. The Mayfield City High School opened last night. We had many people in the basement at City Hall sheltering in place there. We had many people in the bays of our fire department sheltering there. And as soon as we could, one of the big problems was getting through the streets. 4 or 5 blocks from City Hall. And of course, I was in my basement and I heard the train, which I hope I never hear again. But when that subsided, I realized my house, I didn't hear it. Glass breaking, I didn't hear anything. And for maybe 5 minutes, I thought, oh, thank you, Lord, we've escaped this. And then when he went on to the little town of Dawson Springs, the National Guard has arrived. We know we have feet on the ground from Frankfurt, our capital.
Like Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, we right on top of Ohio. Actually, Ohio. Bro, speeds in Ohio. I wonder if he's gonna say anything about it when he goes live, you know? He probably, yeah.
City, and we know that Governor Beshear has been in contact with the White House.
Emergency declaration for Kentucky following storms.
What does that mean?
So they're about to send in the National Guard to help out.
And that this area has been declared.
It's good,
Biden.
good to see a president that actually cares.
Yeah, that really wants us to, like, chill. Not everybody likes Biden, but, like, really wants to help the people. Not saying Trump didn't. Okay, Trump did some good, but
Disaster Center, so
Bro, why is gas up?
Emergency Operating Center, but
you don't know. I got the answer.
Sure.
Because when Trump was president, it was a pandemic. We did less traveling. So when you do less traveling,
Remember it went down to like $1?
Yeah, it was so low.
Oh, I went on 90 cents. Then it went up. We got a gas.
But
tank.
what is it now? It's like,
I heard like 6.
yeah, I think it's like 4 right now.
I was with the governor at the candle factory, so I wasn't here to hear that part. I would tell them.
And Beth, words you hate to hear.
Yeah, it just keeps on
She did not survive, but it just.
How many people now?
Alright, man. If you like the video, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Send my condolences out to the family, man.
I'll be praying all night for this.
Whole Kentucky, man. And people around Kentucky, I know they felt something too, because
That's all I'm seeing. Kentucky.
like, where we at, we got a lot of rain, it was heavy winds. It was bad last
Lights
night.
flickering.
Yeah, the power went out a few times.
It's bickering.
And we're in Michigan, so imagine
We in the
like,
mitten.
imagine like Ohio and shit around there, you know what I'm saying? So alright, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, shout out to everybody out there in Kentucky, man, and we're out. Peace.